Hey guys, it's Mrs. Wynn. So this week for math, we're going to be looking at multiplication, and it's something that I know you guys have had a lot of practice with, but I wanted to review some of the strategies we've gone over in class just to make sure they're pretty fresh in your brain. Remember, everybody has a strategy that works best for them. You have to find which one you like the best. You do not have to use all these strategies. I'm going to start us off with a word problem, and it is Brian went to the farm. He saw 3 horses. Each horse had 4 legs. How many legs did he see? So there's a couple different ways that we could use to solve this, but the first thing I really want to do is cube it. If you remember, cube is circle it, circle the numbers, underline the question, box the keywords, and do your equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is the C, which is circle. So I'm going to circle all of my numbers that I see that are going to help me solve this problem. So he saw 3 horses. I'm going to circle that 3. Each horse had 4 legs. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to underline my question that I'm going to solve. So how many legs did he see is my question. The next part is the box, and that's a really important part because that kind of tells you if you're going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. It's helping you look for keywords in your problem. So in this case, there's a couple words that I see that I really think are important to solving this problem. First word is each. A lot of the times when you see the word each, that is a big clue right away that it's going to be a multiplication problem. Another thing that I want to box is legs because that tells me what I'm looking for. So I'm going to box legs here and here. And another word that I'm going to, or 2 words actually, that I want to box is going to be how many, because that also is a big clue on what type of problem I'm solving. So in this case, it's how many, or each. So this tells me it's going to be a multiplication problem. So the question is, how do we solve this problem? What can we use? So I know he has 3 horses. And I know each of the horses has 4 legs. So one of my strategies that I can use is to draw it out. So I'm going to draw out my horses. Don't laugh at my drawings. I'm not very good. So here's my horse. And I know each horse has 4 legs. Like I said, I'm not an artist. I have to make sure I put all 4 on there. So there's my 3 horses, and I made sure each one has 4 legs. Now one strategy I can use with the drawing of the picture is to use repeated addition to figure out exactly how many horse legs Brian saw when he went to the farm. So I'm going to label, this is 4 legs, plus 4 legs, plus 4 legs equals, well, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. So Brian saw 12 legs. And I'm always going to label it so I know what I'm talking about. All right? That's just one strategy. Draw it out. Another strategy that you can use is something that we've done quite a bit of, and that's loops and groups. So this is strategy 1. Strategy 2, you can do loops and groups. So you would have 3 loops, and this would be like my lovely picture up here. These circles would each represent 1 horse, and inside we know that every horse has 4 legs, so I could do 4 tally marks inside each one. And then again, I could use repeated addition to solve. So I know that this equals 12 legs. You guys okay? Another strategy is drawing out an array. I hope you guys remember arrays. I like to use a lot of arrays. If you don't want to draw it out, because I'm not so good at drawing, but I'm going to attempt for you guys today. I also took a bunch of little pieces of paper and I cut them up into just small squares. So that way I could use this to help build my arrays. Just a refresh of what an array is. remove our question. So an array is when you kind of put all the pieces together as one giant group. So I have 3 horses. So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and I know each one of those horses has 4 legs. So I'm going to draw my array. And those of you guys in my class know I'm not very good at drawing straight lines. I try. It just doesn't happen often. So here's my 3 horses, and here's their 4 legs. This is another way to show the same information. So I've got 3 groups. Actually, I'm going to change this to a different color. I hope it shows up. So here's 3 groups. 1, 2, 3. Each one has 1, 2, 3, 4 in the group. So I can take this information and I can use it to write my multiplication equation, which is 3 for my 3 horses. Those are my 3 groups, times 4. Each one has 4 legs. And then am I still going to get the 12? Absolutely. Because if I want to, I can go back through and count all of these boxes in my array. 3 times 4 equals 12 legs. Does that answer our word problem? How many legs did he see? He saw 12 legs. All right? I want to go through maybe 2 more examples of using an array, and then you guys can get started on your workbook page. So let me erase all this, and I'll get you another one. Sorry, my eraser is not the best. All right. No, my lovely horses don't erase very easily. All right, so let's see if we have a different equation. And this time, I'm not going to run through all the different strategies. I'll remind you the strategies, but I want to focus on using the arrays. What if I have, let's do 5 times 6 equals what? Okay, so remember, you can always draw out a picture. If you wanted to create your own word problem to go with it, you can absolutely create your own word problem to go with it. Or you can do loops and groups. In this case, it would be 5 loops with 6 in each. So you could go 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Skip counts are also a great way to do it. Or the array. So I have 5 groups of 6. Keep making those rows. Hopefully I made it long enough this time. 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got a little short at the end. Then I'm going to make sure I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then I can take and I can either count them all up. I can use this way to count by 5s, which is one of my favorite ways to count. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So many different strategies. You have to find which one works best for you. Okay? We'll do one more together, and then I'm going to send you off to do page 147 in your student book page, and that's linked right through the newsletter. if I do 9 times 3? Ooh, those nines. Nines are never fun. So I could draw it out, absolutely. I could 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, sorry. I got so into my counting. 9 loops. And I could do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, or I could do my array. So I've got my 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go this way. And I'm just going to bring it down. You guys are so much better at drawing these than I am. So now I've got my array. I don't like my 9s too much, so I'm going to do things a little differently this time. I'm going to go through and I'm going to do just this one right now. So I'm doing 9 times 2, or 2 times 9. 9 times 2. I like my 2s. They're easier to count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 9 times 2 is 18. That's a known fact. It's what I'm comfortable with. 9 times 1 is what I have left. So I'm going to do this. I'm using known facts to help me find my unknown facts. 9 times 1 equals 9. So then I can take these two answers of my known facts and put them together to figure out my unknown fact. So 18 plus 9 equals 27. So 9 times 3 equals 27. Alright guys, go ahead and get to work on that Google page. If you need anything, feel free to just send us an email. Bye.